Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Virgo. If Virgo is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. Okay, let's get started. Okay, knock, knock, knock. Let's check this out, Virgo. All right. We have some very clear formations right from the beginning. But before we really point them out and talk about them, I kind of just want to give this a twirl and pull it out so that I can kind of look at it. These different positions. Okay, so even before we start with the tea, I just want to bring the card up. So I pull a card for each reading before I do the reading. And it doesn't always set the tone of the reading, but it kind of helps me have a little bit of focus, or at least some kind of theme that might show up in the leaves. Okay, so today we have the Hanged Man in this is the Thoth deck. Okay, so no, this is one of those cards that kind of in popular culture, whenever tarot shows up, it's like the Death card, the Lovers, or the Hanged Man. And those, the Death and the Hanged Man seem like scary, bad things, something kind of on the horizon, a bad omen. I, however, think that I have a love for the Hanged Man because it is often a sign of being close to change, right? But this is not like so much like the Death card where there's a change that maybe is out of your control. An abrupt change, an ending to something. The Hanged Man, in my estimation, is kind of a call to initiating a change by sacrifice, by giving something up, by doing the hard thing, making a difficult choice, maybe choosing against yourself in the moment, but ultimately helps you get to your larger goal, or get on the path, back on the path, or to the path that you are dreaming of, desiring. Okay, and so I want to go to this first the first thing I saw. We have a lamb, and it looks like it's wearing a crown. Immediately, what came to mind is the imagery of the Lamb of God. And this is from the Bible. And this is kind of, as you would kind of think any lamb related to the Bible is going to be some kind of sacrifice, right? But this is really an agent of God. This is kind of a direct link to that God source. So this is not just any kind of sacrifice. This is a sacrifice for that higher work, for that interior work, for something profound to change your life, not in just a tiny little way. And I'll give you examples, because sometimes I talk about with the Hanged Man making seasonal sacrifices, or the sacrifice for the year, which is kind of linked to like the thought process of the, you know, the New Year's resolution. Okay. And those kind of sacrifices could be something like, my most recent one was diet soda. Okay. Giving that up, not buying it for the house and drinking it and stuff. And that was a while ago, so I might have I might have another sacrifice to make. But this kind of sacrifice, this Lamb of God, this is like a big deal. Okay, this is like sacrificing, you know, for instance, if you are in a career path that you chose because it was, you know, monetarily beneficial, but it is not something that serves your heart, mind, and soul. It's, you know, you're making money, you're doing well within your career, but it's like sucking the soul out of you. You are miserable. This might be one of those really large sacrifices that you have to make to decide to align yourself with your will, right? With the thing that is really the driving force of who you are as an authentic being, the thing that links you to that divine source, the thing, the gift that you have been given as a being, right? And reconfiguring your life so that you can serve the betterment of that gift. Even if it means doing the hard thing, right? Having maybe less money, you know, but you're doing something you love. This is just one example. I mean, it could be applicable to all kinds of stuff, like, you know, moving to a place that you feel spiritually bonded to, but maybe you have to leave your home where you grew up, or, you know, where you're familiar and your family is, and, you know, you have to go out into the wilderness for a while, right? And that's a huge sacrifice. That's scary, but, you know, even just not on a spiritual level, I think we kind of tell our children, tell the young people in our life, get out into the world and explore, live some life, you know, experience things. But that is a sacrifice to actually go out and do that, because, you know, you're kind of wandering away from the nest, really, and the family where it's safe, your tribe. And so anyways, I think that this is a big theme coming up for you, is that there will be some sacrifices that need to be made to serve your larger purpose. Okay, these could be lifestyle changes. This could be sacrificing some of the things that you're doing, so you're making more time to honor your path, to honor your devotion, your relationship with your interior world, with your beloved, with your, you know, whatever your perception of the divine is, spirit, right? Maybe reorienting what you are doing to make money. Maybe you maybe you work at a bank and you know that you are a light worker, or, you know, do energy work, Reiki, these kinds of things. And so you begin the sacrifice of, you know, giving up that more, you know, what's the word? I was thinking contemporary, not that. You know, just a more normal work job kind of workforce, industry, and going into something for yourself, you know, and all the things that involves, the schooling and, if you need a certification or whatever it is. I mean, there, you know, all the processes that go along with it. So, there's something coming, or something that's already there. The seed is planted. And so, you know, I think you know, we usually do, what this change is going to be for you. And now you have to make the decision if you are willing to make the change. Okay, and that's unique to each of us. It's our own private thing. I am not saying you should or you shouldn't, right? I'm only here telling you that there is the option for this to happen. And I want to look a little bit through here. I want to get closer to this area. Now we're gonna look at the other large thing that I'd seen. Okay, so kind of seeing a stop sign. I see an eye. Okay. And yeah, I kind of was taken aback for a second. So I see the eye, and with the stop sign, I almost wonder, I get the instinct that it's like stop and, you know, and look around. Be conscious of your surroundings, right? Be aware. Don't get kind of lost in everything that's going on around you or distracted. Okay. But I also, on the other side of that, I think that it would be beneficial to, just in case, use some kind of talisman or blessing to assist you in blocking the evil eye, in case there is somebody, or, you know, somebody's in your life that are kind of casting that negative energy onto you with their evil eye. And maybe that's the stop it with the stop sign. Below it, which I was like, what does that say? And you can extrapolate whatever you want from this, but it's ROE. I don't know. So that came up in there. Let's see. I also have a rocking chair. Okay. Let's see. A rocking chair. And just looking at that, I almost think of like a grandparent for some reason. I would think that that would be something that, like, more you're like rocking a baby, but it's, in my mind, it's not. It's actually coming up as like a grandparent, an older person in your life, in your family. And I think I get the instinct that I think that you should spend some time with them if they're still with you in their physical form. I think you should go and see them and spend some time with them. Because I also see this bird kind of flying, and I feel that that could also, it could be, you know, the flight of spirit or the soul. But I think I really do always kind of relate these high flying birds, the hawks, the falcons, eagles, to gaining knowledge and wisdom from whatever the situation is. But in this case, I think that they have some things that will help you in the work that you're doing. So go and talk to them and listen to them. Maybe ask them about their own experience with kind of finding their meaning in life, their passion in life. How did they kind of negotiate their mundane life, how they were making money, how they were raising the family, these kinds of things, with following their faith, their spirituality, their passions, and so on. And I'm sure that, you know, they don't get asked these questions very often. Most of us do not, right? Unless we work in some, you know, field where this is something we talk about a lot. I would say most people don't talk about these things deeply as often as they maybe would like to. So I think it's, you know, it would be a good idea to go and get some insight. Okay. Let's see. Oh, okay. So we also have a peacock. Here's the head, the body, and the long tail. It's not up and fluffy, showing off, but it's kind of in a posture of maybe eating. Let's see. We have somebody that, I don't know. It seems that they, I get the sense of somebody who is in your life who, you know, that is like really kind of showy, ostentatious, you know, dresses well, likes to be kind of the center of attention. But maybe they're kind of struggling a little bit. They're looking for some kind of, and I think in this eating posture, some kind of sustenance in their life, right? Some kind of support. And I feel like this is somebody that you've given them a lot of chances. Okay. I mean, you're a Virgo, so, you have kind of an undying loyalty, even to a fault sometimes. You don't put up with a lot of stuff, but you give people a lot of chances. And so this is somebody, maybe like a sibling, maybe a younger family member, a child, a good friend, somebody that you do have a great love for. Okay. And I feel that they overstep boundaries. And I almost get the sense of there's like a cycle of them kind of showing up in your life, needing you to help them figure some things out, get things sorted and stable. And then they just kind of disappear. Okay. They're not answering your calls. They go MIA. And then, you know, the cycle repeats and they'll show up again with some kind of crisis or whatever is going on. And you know, maybe kind of a little begrudgingly, but you will help them. Okay. So I think that this time that they're going to be showing up won't be very much different from any other time, but I do believe that even where you feel like, okay, I'm not going to do it this time, or maybe you have like a spouse or, you know, somebody who is more of a rational, logical, not so sentimental person, is telling you, okay, you got to stop doing this. You know, they're just going to do the same thing this time. But you're going to go ahead and help anyways, I think. And they need your support. I do believe that. And will they not take off? I don't know. This might be the last time that they, you know, they're going to get it right this time. But I'm not sure. You know, we all know people in our lives that it's hard for them to figure out how to stop doing the same repetitive behaviors, okay? And I, for one, I mean, I understand that because I myself was that person. So, and even in my life now, I do have things that I have to continually work on to try to break cycles, emotional cycles, and, you know, just my coping mechanisms and things. So I understand both sides of this very well. You know, and I think it's just important to make sure that you keep yourself safe, and even though they step over a lot of your boundaries, some of your boundaries need to be very firm, okay, just to keep you healthy, well, and you know, not in a crisis yourself. And so that will be important. I am seeing the 4 over top. So I think that this is something that will be happening in the next, you know, well, I would say 4 days, but I never, it could be 4 days, 4 weeks, next month maybe. This is going to be something that kind of comes up for you. Okay, and then I want to look at, we have a question mark up here. Okay, right here. And let's see. We have this. I have kind of this, it looks like a bit like a person in a dress or some kind of cloak or robe, and they're gazing up. They're kind of gazing up at that, that Lamb of God kind of formation we had up here. And, you know, what comes to mind for me is just taking everything in, being in the awe of the kind of communications you feel that are coming through for you from the universe, from the divine. But also, as you are kind of taking heed of these feelings that you have, these this kind of force that's going through you, and you're kind of getting to the point where it's like, okay, I'm gonna change this thing. I'm gonna sacrifice this thing for my life. I'm gonna, you know, make an effort to reorient your life in a way that, you know, that you've always dreamt of. And I don't mean like going and buying the big house or the nice car or, you know, whatever, going and living on an island, although that sounds nice. But what I do mean is just living for the things that you want to, living a life the way that you want to, you know, maybe getting involved in more things that you find interesting or nurturing to the soul, heart, mind, soul, or maybe it's not doing as much, giving yourself more time to rest, more time to, you know, I don't know, read or make art or travel or whatever it is, you know. But as you're doing these things, I want you to take notice of the power that you have over your own life. So the next time you start to feel like everything is so out of your control, which, let's face it, there are a lot of aspects of life that are completely out of our control, probably more than not. But where we do have power, where we do have ability, when you take the steps to take hold of that power, to activate your ability to decide, you should recognize that, and you should stand in awe of that. That is something special. And so I think that you should give yourself a little pat on the back, and also just carry that with you. Put it in your pocket and remember that feeling. Okay? because that might save you one day when things aren't going how you envisioned them. Okay, let's see. So we kind of have this figure of the Trinity. And I really think that this is a time of great alignment for you. And I mean, just a power center where things are coming together. Maybe things that would kind of throw you off balance, like this, maybe this person coming back into your life, needing some help, where it usually would really just twist you up, or, you know, you would really falter in your normal day-to-day because you have to put all this energy into this person and these things that are happening. I feel like you are just such in a power place that I feel that you will do things off of intuition and just kind of know what to do. Also, just from prior experience, okay? I feel like it won't be as brutal trying to navigate some of the issues that are going to be arising. Other than that, too, I just think that, you know, this kind of energy, this light is really manifesting in your life. You just overall have a real big confidence in yourself, okay? And it's like one of those times when everything's kind of just aligning itself. And, you know, it's kind of amazing. So, yeah, this is a good time, Virgo, which, as some of you know, I am also a Virgo, so I'm down for this reading. I'm excited. Hopefully, I can find my thing that I have to kind of, that I have to sacrifice so I can get this work really going and get on course a little bit more. Okay. All right, Virgo. I want to thank you so much for the time that you have spent with me, for allowing me to do these readings for you. I am always so honored. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it helps me get into the algorithm and reach more people, and that is always a wonderful thing. And I appreciate your support. If you have not subscribed, please think about doing so. You can hit the little bell thing. It will let you know when the next videos come out. We're on a schedule of 2 readings 6 days a week. And that means every sign will be read once a week. So next Virgo will be in 7 days. In the meantime, you can watch the other placements, especially your major ones, solar, lunar, ascendant/rising, and Venus. Other than that, please leave a comment. Let me know how you're doing. Let me know what's going on with you. And I just really love hearing from each and every one of you. It means so much to me. Okay, Virgo, we will talk again soon, in 7 days, actually. So thank you, thank you, thank you.